A pleasant good morning. I am Chantel Matre Pamphil, Desk Officer for Latin America, ALBA, CELAC, and EULAC. And it is my pleasure to welcome you here today as we celebrate one of several fruits born from the bilateral cooperation between the governments of the Federative Republic of Brazil and St. Lucia. Before we begin this ceremony, I would like to recognize the presence of the following officials present here this morning. We have His Excellency Colbert Soares Pinto Jr., Ambassador of the Federative Republic of Brazil to St. Lucia. We have Mr. Esley Lafay, Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of External Affairs, International Trade, Civil Aviation and Diaspora Affairs. We have Dr. Glensford Joseph, Medical Officer of Health, Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs. And I'd also like to welcome other staff members of the Ministry of Health, other staff members of the Ministry of External Affairs, staff of the Embassy of the Federative Republic of Brazil, members of the media. Thank you. In February of 2025, the Ministry of External Affairs, through the Embassy of Brazil, was notified that the government of the Federative Republic of Brazil had made roughly 192,000 tablets of 3 life-saving medications, some samples of which we have here today, available for donation for the Caribbean region. This offer was transmitted to the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs for consideration. The ministry subsequently communicated a desire to secure a quantity of these medications. A total of 22,000 and 2,200 tablets were secured for shipment to St. Lucia. After careful collaboration between the two ministries as well as the embassy, the medications arrived in St. Lucia on June 27, 2025. Today's ceremony is a momentous occasion to formally thank the government of the Federative Republic of Brazil for what is indeed a major contribution to St. Lucia's health sector. This generous support not only yields substantial benefit to the people of St. Lucia, but it also strengthens the diplomatic ties between our two nations. And with this said, I would now like to invite our Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mr. Esley Lafay, to give us a few brief remarks.
Today's ceremony is a meaningful testament of the enduring friendship between the governments of St. Lucia and the Federative Republic of Brazil, a relationship that began officially in 1979 and has flourished over the years through mutual respect, shared values, and visionary cooperation. We are here not only to acknowledge the generous donation by the government of Brazil, but also to celebrate what this represents: solidarity, cooperation, and the fruits of South-South cooperation and partnership. The government of Brazil has once again demonstrated its unwavering commitment to collaborating with the government of St. Lucia to not only deepen relations, but engage in initiatives aimed at enhancing national development in key sectors such as health. This April 2025, just some months ago, St. Lucia received a donation of 10,000 polio vaccines from Brazil. And today, through collaborative work between the two governments, St. Lucia is again has secured a donation of life-saving medication, which will no doubt benefit thousands of St. Lucians in need of these critical medicines. So we are saving lives here today by what we are doing through diplomacy, and we are very grateful for that. On behalf of the government and people of St. Lucia, I express heartfelt gratitude to the government and people of Brazil for this assistance, which will continue to pave the way for deeper bilateral cooperation. May our nations move forward and continue to work in partnership toward a future defined by health, prosperity, and mutual growth and development. Thank you very much, Ambassador. Our dearest sentiments to your government back home and your people. Thank you very much.
Mr. Esley Lafayette, Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of External Affairs, International Trade, Civil Aviation, and Diaspora Affairs. Dr. Glensford Joseph, Medical Officer at the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs of St. Lucia. Staff members, esteemed staff members of the Ministry of External Affairs and the Ministry of Health, present here today. I also want to acknowledge the presence of my dear colleague, Ambassador José Antonio Gomes Piras, that has just arrived from Brazil and is present here at the ceremony. He will act at charge d'affaires very briefly when I'm away on vacations in Brazil. Well, it is with great satisfaction that I formally hand over on this occasion to Your Excellencies the Brazilian donation to the government of St. Lucia of 22,000 tablets of high-cost medications intended for the treatment of rare diseases. This donation is a voluntary contribution carried out by the Brazilian Cooperation Agency under the Ministry of External Affairs of Brazil at no cost to St. Lucia. This initiative is an example of South-South cooperation for development, which is presently the main line of cooperation practiced by the Brazilian government. The delivery of these medications is a demonstration of the esteem and friendship that have long characterized the relations between Brazil and St. Lucia. It is also worth recalling at this timely moment that Brazil extended a similar gesture earlier this year, where a donation of 10,000 doses of polio vaccine was made to St. Lucia, which was also mentioned by my predecessor here, the Deputy Permanent Secretary. And these concrete actions are part of the broader context of strengthening our ties, as highlighted by the Brazil-Caribbean Summit held in Brasilia on June 13th this year. During that event, high-level Caribbean representatives, including Prime Minister Philippe J. Pierre, had the opportunity to engage in a fruitful exchange with their Brazilian counterparts on ways to advance regional development. Ensuring the health and well-being of the population is among the priorities identified by St. Lucia in its cooperation with Brazil, a priority we strive to meet by sharing vaccines, medicines, expertise, and knowledge. We will continue along this path, seeking to deepen bilateral cooperation in these and other areas with the aim of building a solid and lasting partnership between our countries. I wish to take this opportunity to extend to Your Excellencies my warmest regards to the government and people of St. Lucia, to whom I extend my best wishes for continued health and prosperity.
As I adopt the protocol so established, allow me to acknowledge the presence of His Excellency, Mr. Colbert Sorias Pinto, Jr., Ambassador of the Federative Republic of Brazil to St. Lucia. Mr. Iles Lafay, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, International Trade, Civil Aviation, and Diaspora Affairs. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, all professionals, partners, and the media. Today, we stand on the threshold of progress, a moment that symbolizes our unwavering commitment to the health and well-being of every citizen, resident, and visitor of St. Lucia. As we gather here, we bear witness to the tangible fruits of collaboration, generosity, and shared vision. I am honored to provide remarks to you on behalf of the rest of the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs at this auspicious occasion to mark the handing over of medications generously provided by our esteemed partner, the Federative Republic of Brazil, and facilitated through the Ministry of External Affairs, International Trade, Civil Aviation, and Diaspora Affairs. For years, since 1979, the Federative Republic of Brazil has been a steadfast ally to our journey towards improving the quality of life for St. Lucians. The donation of these medications is another of many initiatives undertaken by the Federative Republic of Brazil to strengthen the health sector. History archived the many training and technical support provided in different sectors, including agriculture, the Ministry of Health, among others. The partnership, not merely about financial support or material donation, it's a testimony to the enduring friendship and shared commitment to build a healthier nation in St. Lucia. The medication being donated, levetiracetam, 1,000 milligram strength, 12,000 tablets, used in the management of epilepsy. Defira Cirox, 250 milligram strength, 5,012 tablets used in the management of iron overload in persons who have had repeated blood transfusion, and rivastigmine, 4.5 milligram strength, 5,010 tablets used in the management of dementia from the Federative Republic of Brazil holds profound significance. They are not just medication to treat chronic, rare, and high-cost diseases, but instruments of hope, healing, and human dignity. Aligned with our commitment to implement universal health coverage, these resources will play a pivotal role in our efforts to ensure that every St. Lucian and resident has access to quality health care. By bolstering the capacity of the Central Procurement Department in the Ministry of Health through this donation, we are taking steps towards reducing health disparities, enhancing health outcomes, and safeguarding the welfare of our communities. As we accept these vital resources, let us reaffirm our commitment to the principles of equity, solidarity, and inclusivity. Let us pledge to harness the power of collaboration, cooperation, and evidence-based practices to build a healthcare system that leaves no one behind. I extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed partner, the Federative Republic of Brazil, for their unwavering support and partnership. Your generosity and solidarity have brought us one step closer to realizing our shared vision of a healthier, more equitable St. Lucia. Moving forward, we look to strengthening our clinical and public health capacities through the rolling out of initiatives under consideration. To the dedicated professionals at the Ministry of External Affairs, International Trade, Civil Aviation, and Diaspora Affairs, I commend you for your tireless commitment and unwavering dedication to serving our communities. Your compassion, expertise, and resilience are the bedrock of bridging our health sector with external agencies like the Federative Republic of Brazil. In concluding, on behalf of the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs, the government and people of St. Lucia, let me once again, through His Excellency Mr. Colbert Sorias Pinto Jr., Ambassador, thank the government and people of the Federative Republic of Brazil for this generous donation of medication and embrace this moment as a catalyst for change, a beacon of hope in our journey towards a future where every citizen can live a life of health, dignity, and opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph, for your remarks. And as we draw to a close, I wish to extend heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you present here this morning. Thank you to the government and people of Brazil for making this donation possible. I would also like to say thank you to Ambassador Pinto Jr., Ms. Anya Saju Singh of the Embassy of Brazil, who I worked along with. External Affairs, Ministry of External Affairs worked along with just to ensure that the medications got to St. Lucia, and to the Ministry of Health. I would like to thank all my other colleagues at the Ministry of External Affairs, the Ministry of Health. Thank you to everyone who made this possible.